Hello everybody and welcome back to Benjamin Magnus and Bundeswehr Bob play Hearts of Iron 3 Black Ice. Say hello, Bobbert.
Hello. So I've got two things I need to bring it to your attention first before we move any further in this. First thing, you need to put some links to some fucking playlists in your descriptions for your videos, sir.
Thank you very much. You broke that link.
No. Not for this. Just for any of your series. Because I was trying to watch your Romania Hearts of Iron 4 series, and there was no like playlist link anywhere. It drove me nuts trying to flip through to find the first one to watch them all in order.
Oh, okay.
Second thing, you sound so sad. Did you Romania play through Hearts of Iron 4?
It's so fucking stupid. The game is so fucking bad.
Which I watched all the ones that were available up through last night, which was I think 10. And you're not having any fun.
not really
at all.
like
episode 4. I think you had you gone to war with the Soviets because they demanded Bessarabia, and you told them no. You told them to fuck off, and then you got trounced. And that was a very low point, clearly. And then for the remainder of the series, it was pretty clear. It's just like Ben's checked out. He just doesn't want to be here anymore.
Well, it's just like, oh my god, the further I get into it, and the stupider the fucking game gets. Like, did you see the peace deal?
Well, I know you were forced to spit a bunch of stuff out, and you became a puppet, I think, right?
No, like after I beat the Soviet Union.
Oh, that. I don't recall specifically, but go ahead.
Well, what happened was, so me and Germany were at war with the Soviet Union, and this actually,
right, you had a massive front.
Yeah, what I've noticed is that most people enjoy the Hoi 4, no matter if I'm having fun, if I'm not having fun, if I'm being salty, if I'm not. Like 98% of people enjoy it perfectly fine. The other 2% of people who don't enjoy it are A, very vocal, and B, very wrong about nearly everything they like to talk about. Like, I had one person who was insistent that all casualties from all countries are counted in all wars. So at one point I was like, I have really good kill to death ratio. I killed 300,000 Russians and I only lost 300 men. And this one person is very insistent. No, the Germans killed all those people. Well, I'm not allied with the Germans. I'm not in the Germans' factions, and it's in a separate war. So, no, in fact, the Germans did not kill those people. But anyway, I digress. So the Allies beat Germany, and Germany surrendered and was wiped off the map. Then I beat the Soviet Union, and then in the peace deal, Germany had the second most amount of points, even though they didn't exist as a country, and still got to take shit from the Soviet Union, even though they didn't exist. So, like the peace deal, I had like 3,000 points, and then Germany had like 1,100, even though they surrendered. They didn't exist. They were gone out of the game, but they still got to take shit. And they took like bits of Finland and like some of the Baltic states, just random shit. So there's just a stupid fucking German little splotches all over the place. Oh, it's so goddamn dumb. But anyway, why don't we play this better game?
Oh man.
I had.
I just wanted to let you know that it was clear that you were not having fun, and that like at all. It's just like, oh.
I'm fully well aware of what it's like. I actually had one person comment on one of the videos for these that's like, Ben's so stupid, he never creates any encirclements, he doesn't know what a spearhead is. And A, I would like to say, if you're referring to it as a spearhead, chances are you're a Hoi 4 player and you just pulled that right straight out of that. And B, I encircled and destroyed like 60 divisions. Let's see, right now I have, I don't even know how many are in here. There's like 20 or 30 in here. There's another 20 or 30 in here. And there was like 20 or 30 in Yan'an. Oh, man. So what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Well, the Nazi biker gangs are still on their way.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Are still on their way into Czechoslovakia right now as we speak.
Oh, and the French are throwing themselves at the Siegfried line again.
Well, they were. Well, no, they still are. Yeah, it's still happening.
Yeah, I see like French close air support bombing the shit out of your fort.
They're trying awfully hard, but they're not like throwing like huge, just like army corps at it now. They're kind of throwing like a division at a time.
Do you even Krieg, bro?
I was kind of doing a half-hearted Schlieffen right now.
Oh man, actually, I don't remember. I can't remember if it was on your Discord or my Discord. Somebody posted a link of someone, of a video of someone in Vanilla Hoi 3 completing Operation Barbarossa in 3 months. Is that on your Discord? It was for Hearts of Iron 3. As Germany.
Vanilla?
Yeah. And it had a couple like a few tens of thousands of views, and I was reading through some of the comments, and everyone's you know praising the guy, how awesome it is, must have done so well. And then if you look carefully in the description, you can see that he cheated and made all divisions move 10 times their normal speed, and that's how he managed to complete Barbarossa.
Art you're talking about?
Huh?
There's a guy that does, I think his name is Arby's. He does a
I don't remember what the YouTuber's name was.
He does like these just like shit, what are they called? Time lapse videos. Where
yeah, it was a time lapse of
he's been doing that for like ages, where I think that's all he does actually on his channel is that sort of content, I think, if I remember correctly. But that's all he does is just these time-lapse videos. I think I remember actually watching that video itself and seeing there, it's just like, oh, well, whatever.
Let's say, oh, it's very impressive that your tanks move like 1,100 kilometers per hour, and you made it to Moscow really quickly. But I'll say at that speed, infantry divisions would move at faster than like 4 times the speed of the fastest tank division in actual. In actual Hoi.
I mean, it's his channel. It's what he does with it, is that time-lapse stuff. You know, I don't think there's any claim to, you know, look how awesome a player I am or anything like that.
I just thought it was funny that the comments were that nobody seemed to notice that the game that it was done with cheats on. Okay, so China, how are you doing? Not well, I see. Ha 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 ha.
But you're still trying to chew through China.
Well, I've gotten through the parts of China that are worth chewing through, and then just kind of settled the line. And then what I've got 2 pockets to reduce, and then I can drive to their current capital, and probably they'll capitulate. But I mean, if I put on simplified terrain mode, I got to the point where I got through all the plains and most of the forest. Now everything is just chewing through useless mountains, so the cost of benefit is kind of low.
Come on, Ben, I've capitulated 4 countries already.
And then Czechoslovakia like took half of that.
Nah, this is all German still.
Well, in all fairness, what you capitulated one, but well, no real countries.
No real countries. Do you have a flag?
Do you have a flag? No flag, no country. I hope you're building military police.
I know they're in the queue. Where are they in the queue though? Because they still have. There's all sorts of stuff that's queued up in Germany right now for building. The brown shirts are at the bottom. I mean, really, that's not going to be a problem. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the future, right? Because I, annexed Poland in 37. So
yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen in the future? But I like the whole supply situation through Poland isn't really going to be an issue until I actually go to war with the Soviet Union anyway, which is going to be
so you got time.
I got time. Right now I got to deal with the Magnus and the French Schlieffen.
what would be a good idea would be to start building highways that lead to all the way to the Russian border.
That would be a good idea.
Like pop-up infrastructure map mode, and then just like draw a line from Berlin to the front, and make sure you have some like really high infrastructure going all the way there. Like right now, I can see it'd be easy to get a road like up from Königsberg to the front is pretty easy to do, because there's some roads that already are like up 50 60%. Just get those up to like 80 100%. Make sure you have multiple roads going to each section of the front, basically like two roads, at least 2 roads above the Pripyat marshlands and 2 roads below the Pripyat marshlands. I always had people telling me, like, infrastructure is worthless, you should never do that. It's like, okay, tell that to the people on the front line who are properly fed, because I build roads.
Well, even Hearts of Iron 4, that's kind of important to at least have some sort of infrastructure from at least your ports.
I gotta say, this last patch, they did make some improvements to the game. I mean, it's a year later, and it's not worth $10, but they did make some improvements. Like,
I had somebody ask me actually on my latest Hearts of Iron 4 video if I thought the DLC was worth it, and here's the thing: is that I don't think the trees are worth it, and I don't think like I feel there's only two. Is it 2 things or is it 1 thing? There's the production licenses were an added thing, and then what was the other one?
Production licenses. They added some new UI.
Ooh,
features.
Here we go. Here's a nice victory here. Battle of Verviers, because I have no idea how to pronounce the things. 34 dead Germans. How many dead French, you might ask?
100,000.
9,727.
What were you saying about what people asked?
It was just a viewer that was asking if I thought the DLC was worth it, and I'm trying to remember what added features we have. Obviously, we have all the focus trees that were added for Czechoslovakia, Romania, Hungary, and Yugoslavia. Which, I mean, I don't really give a fuck about focus trees myself.
I hate focus. Personally, I hate the focus tree system.
Production licenses was added, and then there was the puppet stuff for fascists, which was just conversion, right? Which I still haven't used to date, like at all.
I haven't used it either.
Which I don't think that's going to be a thing at all. I think by the time you're ready to convert stuff or need to convert stuff, you're winning the war so handily. You're losing so badly, it's not going to matter.
Yeah. Well, there's also the fact that the standard 7-2 infantry division is so stupidly powerful compared to everything else that you don't need to I don't need to build in my series. I don't need to build tanks. I just did it for shits and grins because I had factories that I didn't have anything to do with. So the tanks are useless because they're inefficient uses of resources. There's no point in having them. So I don't give a shit about converting them to other things because I don't give a shit about them to begin with.
Right. But what I am absolutely a sucker for, though, is anything that is like art assets or additional music. So in this, we did get art assets for Romania, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia.
I don't think we can be friends anymore, Bob.
Hey, Crusader Kings 2 House Lords is still one of my favorite music packs of all time.
I'm fully a fan of the music that Paradox does, because they have their they hire their own orchestra. They produce their own music a lot, and it's all really high quality stuff, with maybe the exception of that goddamn Swedish music pack for EU4, which after 1 or 2 songs just gets really annoying.
Uh-oh, we're gonna have a problem here.
What?
We had some Frenchies that are starting to bust through the Siegfried line.
Well, you have extremely weak garrison units there.
Well, I think we can still contain them. I think this won't be that big of a deal.
Which
I think we can. I think we can do this.
Offenburg again? Oh no! Oh Jesus Christ!
The Rock.
Yeah, I see that now.
But I have some units I can strategically redeploy down there and fill the gap and surround it and stuff. I think we can still be fine. Okay. French units still aren't going to be that strong here. I am superior to Germans, yeah.
About
our
our assets, you said.
Yeah, but I always like having the game get spruced up a little bit. Like I buy stuff for EU4, I buy stuff for Crusader Kings 2, I buy the stuff that's available for Stellaris, the very little bit we have. You know, pretty looking stuff is cool to me. I like that kind of stuff in there. And would I pay $10 for what we got out of Death or Dishonor? Maybe. I probably would. I personally would like to have had this little more music, but that's just me.
The issue I have with Death and Dishonor, which is what I've come to call it, is that I was super stoked for what was like talked up to be one of the main components, which was redesigning the air combat system, basically. And the fact that they released it sans the new air combat system, and with basically just art elements, is what kind of, you know, makes me salty about it. The air combat system is slightly better just because they changed some balancing and how it works a little bit, and the UI improvements are nice. But the fact that nothing matters for your planes outside of their maximum range is still a big sticking point for me.
I thought there was it was definitely like a UI quality of life upgrade for it, but there was no added functionality to it that I think anybody could really give a damn about. I mean, it's cool to see like the range overlay, but in the end, this doesn't really.
It doesn't do anything for you other than impart a little bit of knowledge that just further kind of brings up the point that there is an issue with range. Radar is actually useful now. That was an improvement. It's actually useful to build radar installations. I found that the new UI actually became slightly problematic though, because what I did was, like, I got access to level 1 radar installations, so I built level 1 radar installations all over my country. And then they only have this little tiny, like, 100-kilometer range or something like that. And then level 2 radar installations have, like, the range is, like, 5 times the size. So it went from this nice little clean UI with these little radar circles to just, like, 50 of these gigantic circles all overlaid over each other, so you couldn't actually see what was going on. And it just got worse and worse as the game went on, and I built more radar installations to get more bonuses, and the ranges got longer, and they overlapped even more. Oh, man. They just need to fix that issue with range being just the most important thing on a plane. Like, when I went to build variants for aircraft, it was just 5 range, 5 reliability, anything else. Things are better. Still not good though.
F plus, says Benjamin Magnus.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way of putting it. F plus.
See me after class.
Yeah, the battle planner and the whole front system is still just a clusterfuck. The AI is dumber than a bag of hammers.
It's got a whole bunch of events.
Yeah, it's the well, I got like the rationing and scrap metal drive events and things like that. What can we use? We don't need. I could use some free supplies. Sure. And then I'll say no to scrap metal, because I don't need that. Oh, and I built a bunch of motor torpedo boats. Torpedoes. My torpedo boats.
Okay.
The things that were supposed to be done in a day, but I fucked up.
Submarines, why don't you go hang out right out here?
Okay. Production. Things have calmed down on the Chinese front a lot. It's the combat's definitely quieted.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I'm not, most of the front borders mountain ranges now, so I'm just pushing in a very limited fashion. I'm prepping for a naval invasion. Start, you know, like bunny hopping down the coast.
So the French moved in a singular infantry division, but they don't seem to be moving anybody else in here.
No. Apparently that's not a terribly important breakthrough that could have spelled the doom for Germany or anything like that.
That was the extent of the planning, was that once they busted through, but they didn't know what to do next.
All right, we got here. Now what?
Now what? We're slowly but surely kind of chipping away at the defenses of Prague right now, too.
I feel like the French are definitely just like role-playing World War I right now. Okay, we met with success. Now what? I don't know. Stay here?
We've never made it this far before, sir. Oh, wait, they moved another infantry division in there. Okay, all right.
I've been doing a lot of reading on World War I, and like whenever it came to like strategic battle plans, there was usually like two schools of thought. We're gonna make it like 10 miles in the first day. We're gonna breach the first line of defenses. We're gonna breach the second line of defenses. We're gonna breach the third line of defenses, and then the cavalry's gonna come through the breaches, and we're just gonna roll up the German line, and it'll all be done by Christmas. Or the extent of the planning was, we're gonna get to the trench line, and that's it. That was basically the strategic thought was everything or basically nothing. So do I need petrol? I will take it. And then I will not take the coal though. I do not need that. And then we'll just build some extra toasters and everyone will be happy. A couple months ago, I finished reading a book about the Somme, and there's a lot of instances where like the troops would get to like all the rolling artillery barrages worked correctly. Everybody was working out the right timeline, and the troops basically just walked across no man's land, walked into the German trenches, took a bunch of prisoners, and had complete organized intact units in the first trench line. And then there was just no other plans after that because they didn't expect it to go that easy. Communication was an issue for the British back then.
Well, I mean, when your main way of communicating with the battle line is through foul, I mean,
Yeah. I remember there's one story from that book on the Somme that I liked, where they finally bring in the like the Mark IIs or whatever it was, because I think the Mark I was a prototype, but the tanks, and they worked out really good at first, when they didn't break down mechanically, because the Germans didn't know what the fuck was going on. And there was this one instance where there was like this planned attack, and there was two tanks attached to it, and the attack got canceled, but nobody told the tank crews. So the tanks just rolled, waited till 6 a.m. and rolled across no man's land, and just like rolled into a German-held French town, flushed all the Germans out, and then realized that there was no support infantry, and turned around and went home.
Mm-hmm.
And then that town was like the strong point for the rest of the war that could never be breached, or something like that. I don't remember which one it was, but it's like, oh, well, we forgot to tell them that nobody was coming. So yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Whoops.
Sorry, it's my bad. All right, so are we set for a naval invasion? I think we are. So load up. Get these Marines onto those transports. It's a really big boat.
So the British keep getting this like province spawning like right in the middle of my territory, North Germany. It's a little weird.
A province? Where?
Truppen Übungsplatz.
There's like some planes there. Are they doing something? Did they drop paratroopers that immediately died?
Well, no, this is, I think, the second or third time this has happened. The last time this happened, it was like tanks just like spawned out of nowhere. Now I've got like divisions nearby in Hamburg, so they just like crushed the tanks before.
Yeah.
I know there was an event prior which was talking about, yeah, British get control of this thing, and I didn't really understand why. I think it might be like an AI event of some kind, maybe.
I'm not sure. I don't remember that ever happening with me.
But who knows what's going on, because Poland fell in 37.
Yeah, things are a little wonky. Are you okay with a higher speed? I just realized we've been on speed 1 for 25 minutes.
I am okay with a higher speed.
I forget that I'm in control. Oh, so the French did move in like an entire corps to that province.
Yes.
But it's contained. Well, it's
kind of.
You've got like 100 like light troops guarding one of those provinces.
Well, I've got 2 corps on the way down. They're strategically redeploying right now, down there to deal with these Frenchies, who do have a fortress, but it's only a level 1 fortress, and they are just moving into there as well. So they've been under fire now for a while.
Yeah.
So they'll feel the wrath of Germany soon enough.
I can see you, Frenchies.
Well, they can see me too. It's okay. I mean.
All right, so got a lot of.
I mean, really, it's once Czechoslovakia falls, which Prague is getting ready to fall here soon, because we've got panzers and our infantry coming in around Prague and surrounding it. Which I think as soon as Czechoslovakia falls, we can turn around all these panzers and stuff, and then have the infantry reinforce the Maginot or the Maginot. And have the panzers sweep through Belgium. I think is what we'll do.
Maginot.
I have a plan. Not unlike the Cylons.
I liked Battlestar Galactica.
Did you like the old one?
It's a little hokey, but yeah.
Oh man, it was so bad. I felt it was bad.
No, I could get over its age and you know, and enjoy it for what it was, but I definitely enjoy the new one more.
Yeah, new one was pretty good. I felt it was a little drawn out.
A little bit.
Like, I think it probably ended a season or 2 early.
Well, part of what annoyed me is I was watching it back before, like you know, streaming everything on the internet was a big thing that you did, and
it came out in like 2004, didn't it?
Yeah. And it was a while ago, and so like when a season would come out, I would pick it up on DVD and watch it. And I remember like picking up season 1, and like it didn't contain the pilot episode, so it just kind of like threw you in without any real understanding of what was going on, because it didn't actually tell you what was going on. And then there was another issue where there was like, I think it was between season like 2 and 3 or something like that, and it was just that there was like a partial season in between seasons that wasn't actually on the DVDs, so it was another situation where it's just like, oh, shit happened, but you don't get those episodes. I remember that really annoyed me, just because there was there's no way to know what was going on, because the episodes weren't carried on the fucking DVDs.
Things happened. Wave his hands in front of your face.
Yeah. CAG duty, CAG duty. CAG duty. Frenchies, fuck them.
Ha! Won the Battle of Prague. Suck it down.
Huzzah? Alright, are you patrolling or what? Why don't you do a patrol?
It doesn't look like they've given up quite yet, so I might have to still chew through some more of Czechoslovakia's territory here.
Well, you guys can merge together and be like a proper doodle. That's not a bad doodle. Okay, why don't you just go hang out patrol down by the Brits? It's not a bad doodle. Ooh, the Battle of Ningbao goes well.
Yeah, Czechoslovakia's at 85%. I only need to take like another couple VPs here.
I think the episode that went up this morning was was when Czechoslovakia declared war on you, or joined the Allies, declared war on you, and then we're just like, oh, well, we're out of time.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck me. No, don't come through there.
Air combat, interesting. The Chinese have fighters, that's a new one.
Man, the British are starting to pour through the Maginot now. Holy shit.
Let's scroll over to Bob. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my, Bob. Where are all your troops? Well, there's like at least an army dealing with the Czech issue. Oh God, Bob. You might want to consider retreating to a river and setting up defensive fortifications. And pray the Dutch don't enter the war. Well, you've got a lot of armies sitting up on the north coast.
Well, yeah, they were protecting against naval landings.
Well, protecting against a naval landing, you need like one garrison division in a port, just because a naval landing gets like negative 99% attack modifier or some shit.
Okay, we'll go ahead and pull a bunch of these guys from the north end down here.
Yeah, that's way overkill. Or at least what happens is a shitty division can defend long enough for you to redeploy other troops up there. Well, at least it's interesting. As Bob, like, sadly weeps. Ah ha ha! Fuck you, Brits! Damage their fleet out of Hong Kong. Actually, you know what? Oh, bombing. Oh, they're bombing me. Ah, my destroyers! Don't hit me! You know what? Fuck you guys. Port strike. Port strikes. Pearl Harbor. Hong Kong Harbor.
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
Bombing of Hong Kong. Well, I didn't actually see how much damage we did. Go again. Oh yeah, we damaged them. Okay, guys. You come back.
Yeah, we got a couple holes in the Siegfried line, but I think we can make this work still.
Oh, carrier on carrier combat.
Well, hot damn. That's hot.
No, carriers, their carriers were damaged. And the two destroyers lost. Battle of Shinano Bay. Alright, so, you guys need to cool your butt for a little bit. Those CAGs are a little injured. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab my actual fleet over here. My Pearl Harbor carrier group. Akagi and Kagi and whatnot.
Carrier group fuck up the Americans at a later time.
Yeah, carrier group, fuck yeah! The Kaga, Akagi, Soru, and Hiru. Because I was at that engagement was light carriers. Light carriers. Fuck them. Support attack. Yeah, it's just surround them. Just trying to keep the casualties down so there's not a lot of issues in the future. Pushing where I can. That's a cav division. I'm sure we can beat them.
Come on, troops, plug the hole, damn it.
A mighty interesting situation you got a brewing, Bob.
Well, you know, this is what happens when you...
I'd send Japanese troops to help defend Germany, but we're not playing Hoi 4. In my Hoi 4 game, Japan is in a never-ending battle against China, but still managed to send a lot of troops to Germany.
Giving people they are.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and push through down here, but we're actually out of time.
We are. But thank you for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and or comment and possibly subscribe if you're... Oh, God, I might want to deal with that situation. They're bombing me. Well, we'll deal with it later. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Links, fun links, description, blah, 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 blah. Goodbye.
See you later.